Looking back, I hated the man that I was every single day in the mirror. But getting to the end of myself, I realized that that's where God is at. That's where God steps in. So I grew up in a Christian household. My childhood was filled with God, filled with church. But my childhood was also filled with abuse. It was filled with explicit material. I came across pornography magazines at the age of 7, 8 years old at a babysitter's house. And in that same home where I was being taught scripture, and the same home that took me to church every Sunday was the same home that I also found pornography in. I got married, and I thought marriage would take away my pornography addiction. I thought marriage would fix a lot of things. But the reality is that I carried all my baggage, all of my brokenness into my marriage. And my wife, had to carry it now. I was pretty selfish. I was filled with pride, ego. At home, I was this tyrant of a husband and tyrant of a father. In the corporate world, I was seen as this great leader and a guy who exceeded performance and exceeded expectations. I started to feel the tension of this outward persona that I had built. At home, I hated the man that I saw every single day in the mirror. I questioned my purpose. I wasn't fulfilled. I felt empty every single day. My marriage was on life support, to say the least. I ended up disclosing everything to my wife. There was nothing in secret anymore. There was nothing hidden at all. And right when I did that, all hell broke loose. Everything started to go haywire on every single corner of my life. I was back struggling. I felt the chains coming back on my wrists. And my wife said to me in that moment, like, you better not be watching pornography again. I felt awful. I felt horrible. It was the lowest that I had ever felt in my life. So that night, I'm just crying my eyes out, to God. And I asked God, to take my life, because I didn't have the courage to do it on my own. But I didn't want to live anymore. Like I was in rock bottom. And I knew in that moment, if he would have, in the state that I was in, I would have ended up out of his presence. I would have ended up in hell. I mean, I think about how many times I fed my flesh on a website and fell asleep that night. Like that could have been it. But what's beautiful is that in that moment, when you do reach the end of yourself, the only thing that's left is him. 2 days later, it was 3-2-1 eternity, and Pastor Eric was preaching The Cage, the screeching of the rooster. It pierced my heart every single time I heard it, and literally sent chills up my body. I just heard this prison cell door shut, and I realized in that moment, like I was really in a prison. I heard the sound of chains dragging on the concrete floor, and I'll never forget the sound of those chains. But it was weird because as I was hearing the sound of the chains, I could feel them moving through my body. I was just undone. Like that was me, like I was in a cell, from 7, 8 years old. I always wanted to find my way out, but I never could. He gave the altar call, and I went running down to the altar, and my family was with me, and it was just gone. Shame was gone, guilt was gone, chains were gone, the weight was gone. Years of bondage were just taken away in an instant. I was addicted to pornography, addicted to materialism, addicted to power, titles. I was a drug user, drunkard. I didn't feel worthy to be a husband. I didn't feel worthy to be a father. And I didn't feel that the cross could reach me, but God. I found out that I know it's not just theology to me anymore. It's not just scriptures or words or letters on a page. I know that who the Son sets free is free indeed. So every day I get to labor for the Lord. I get to coach and minister to men all over the world to break the chains that once held me. And I get to see them be better fathers and better husbands. My entire life is geared towards serving the Lord. His spirit is within me. His word is alive to me. For the first time, I actually feel like a child of God, like my identity is real. It's not something that I just read about. Like I know that I'm a child of God. I can't change my past, but Jesus changed my future.